So, welcome. Here we have with us today the first Woman Director General of CSIR, Dr. N. Kalaiselvi, also known to be the lithium battery expert among the academics. She has published various papers in international journals, has six patents to her credit, and was a guide to eminent research scholars in pursuing their PhD degrees. Welcome, ma'am, to ISO Bhopal.
Thank you.
We are glad to have you here. So, how is your experience at ISO Bhopal? Is it your first visit here?
Yeah, Namaskar. I'm really very happy and excited to go around the campus of ISIR Bhopal. For Bhopal, this is my second visit because last year by this time I was here for the India International Science Festival. In addition, I have one more CSIR laboratory, CSIR Ampere here in Bhopal. Therefore, last year I visited those two, and this year I'm coming to your campus. So ISIR Bhopal campus, this is my first visit. And it is just beyond my expectation. It is very unassumingly exciting environment, and it's full of green, lot of positive energy. And I would say in one line, a place for everything and everything in its place.
Yeah, that's right. And you are known for your work in on lithium batteries, so which are crucial for transition to electric vehicles. And so, in your opinion, what is the future of these batteries, and how do you think they will evolve among the upcoming years?
Actually, India is one such country among the various other countries who have signed this number of COP agreements, and therefore we have to come up with a kind of a carbon-free emission, if not in 2030, at least in 2040 or 2050, at worst case 2070. So in such case, no, to keep all these targets in line, e-mobility is the need of the hour, and to get it executed, lithium batteries today, that is the only choice because it is a proven chemistry. Even though we talk about beyond lithium, and in the name of beyond lithium, we are talking about lithium sulfur, sodium ion batteries, metal air batteries, but they are not practical reality as on date. But lithium batteries, it's a proven chemistry, and therefore lithium batteries will definitely take a lot of importance in the coming years. Especially for two-wheeler, three-wheeler and four-wheeler applications also, apart from some kind of a stationary applications. Because even in telecom tower applications also, we can think about some stationary applications also. We can think about the usage of lithium batteries. And one encouraging thing is earlier we were really worried about there is no availability of lithium in the country, and therefore how are we going to manage with the total requirements of the country if at all we start implementing e-mobility in the country. But now we need not worry about it, because India is also having lithium resources in many places, whether it is Jammu and Kashmir or Andhra Pradesh or Karnataka. We have lithium resources available, and therefore now it gives us more avenues in terms of exploring lithium, extracting lithium, then making use of lithium in lithium batteries. So putting together all, lithium is going to have a huge, I would say, reception, as well as its future is so high. I would say that apart from all these things, we should get ready with the kind of recycling of lithium also, because already we started using lithium batteries in very many applications. Maybe after a period of another 5 years, 6 years, or down the line 10 years at least, these batteries will be really requiring recycling. Therefore, it has opened up number of new avenues in which recycling should also be included, and it should not be forgotten.
So, can you provide some insights into the recent developments made by CSIR that has contributed to the nation's progress?
Okay. I think this is a tough question because CSIR is a big family and 37 national labs, and each lab is having number of technology leads. So even though we are supposed to work for Indian industries in hand-holding, developing technologies and making sure that the Indian technologies, indigenized technologies are reaching Indian market through Indian industries, many a times apart from industries, many of our technology leads are finding their applications directly the society, the common man, the society. So in that way, if at all you just divide the CSIR's contribution, we have already divided CSIR's contribution into 8 thematic areas, starting from healthcare to energy to civil infrastructure, aroma. So like all these things, even metals, materials, earth, ocean, atmosphere. So everywhere we have number of successful technologies. But one or two of very, I would say, huge impact making. And that too in the recent past, I can say even the Honorable Prime Minister dedicated a hydrogen hydrate producing facility in Gujarat to the country in 2022. And the first set of commercial production of hydrogen hydrate took place with the CSIR's IICT technology, and which was very much appreciated by the Honorable Prime Minister. And that is one of the technologies in chemical industries. Then in the case of aroma and floriculture, actually doubling the farmers' income is the aim and the ultimate announcement made by the government of India. And we are also working with farmers very closely, be it aroma mission or floriculture mission. We just handhold them starting from the sapling to cultivation to harvesting to oil extraction to reaching the market until the time they make the income out of that. So there also we are able to come up with a number of encouraging startups, entrepreneurs, self-help groups, MSMEs, apart from big industries. So this is again another success story. Then waste to wealth, we have number of success stories, whether it is a steel slag waste which is finding its application as a road, or if it is a vegetable market waste which is finding its application as a fuel that is being utilized by the same vegetable market, Bonapalli market in IICT in Hyderabad. And very many, even in Ampri Bhopal, this is the Bhopal-based institute wherein the parali and agro waste, they have converted it into furnitures and wooden boards. So that has been now transferred, this technology has been transferred to a private company, and now they'll be taking it to different heights. And whatever it may be, that's why I was talking about even adjuvant to vaccine. It is again CSIR's technology. The who have taken the vaccine during the COVID time, we used to say that either they are living with CSIR or we are living with you, because we have already reached the Indian citizen through that. And of course, we have a Food Technology Research Institute also. Even countries, Amul is the first CSIR technology. Similarly, tractor technology, whether it is Sonalika or Swaraj, all these technologies. Now, recently, we introduced another e-tractor, Prima. So, whichever industry you say, and even metals and metallurgy, we have number of successful technologies, even in mining also. So if you ask me, I think I'll keep on talking. I think so I can say from all the 8 thematic areas, we have a minimum of half a dozen to 1 dozen success stories that had happened, especially in the near past.
So CSIR has made a lot of progress. So science is a field that has been progressing since time immemorial. So what is the approach of CSIR in making India self-reliant in science and technology?
I think this is a very interesting question because now, as I was just mentioning in my lecture also today, staying relevant is the very, very important point. Be it a citizen, an individual or a leader or an organization or a country, to what extent you stay relevant in the global scenario is the first question. The second most important question is to what extent you consider yourself as an all-time relevant organization. So in that way, in my opinion, CSIR should always remain as an all-time relevant research organization, and we should always be considered, not by CSIR alone, but by the country and by the globe, that we are the unique technology solution provider to Indian industries. This is one ambition, number one. And number two is, as I already told, staying relevant within India is not making much impact. So to what extent you stay relevant with respect to the global scenario? That is very important, because days are now not so far off that even other countries, they started believing that India is going to really dominate the field of science and technology also in the coming decades. Therefore, to what extent we are prepared? Therefore, country like India, wherein CSIR is the publicly funded research organization, it becomes our utmost responsibility to take up that responsibility in our purview, and we have to come up with our vision documents, our roadmaps, our future plans, our actionables, and all these points should be finding their perfect alignment. That's why now we have already made CSIR vision statement for 2030 as well as for 2047.
So, with the increasing number of students pursuing PhDs and the expanding number of institutes, is there a plan to increase the number of CSIR doctoral fellowships?
Definitely, yes. Why? Because earlier CSIR labs, we were depending upon the neighboring universities to offer PhD degree, because the students will be working in CSIR labs and the degree will be offered by the neighboring university. Now we just made it under one umbrella, so which we call it as academy, ACSIR. So this ACSIR now gives us a kind of a unified and an integrated approach that all the 37 lab research scholars, they are finding some kind of a homogeneity in getting the degree from ACSIR, even though they are working in different fields of physical sciences, chemical sciences, biological sciences, engineering sciences, whatever, or information sciences, all the degrees are offered by ACSIR. And to our interest and to our surprise, I would say, now the number is going up like anything. I think right now it is more than 8,000 students already registered for this year. And we are not having any kind of a cutoff number, because we always consider research scholars not as scholars. We consider them as our, I would say, the next generation leaders in the field of science and technology. So we have to handhold them, and ACSR gives us the real platform, and therefore we will not have any kind of a cutoff. The more research scholars are approaching us, the more we will be happy to handhold them, because we believe, whether they believe it or not, whether they realize it or not, we believe that they are the future of Indian science and technology, and how much ever handholding could be done from the CSR side in terms of scientific mentorship, we will be able to do that.
Being the first woman director general is a proud moment for all of us. So, in brief, how do women play role in Indian sciences?
I would say once upon a time, women going for higher studies was not that high. So probably when I was just doing my UG, PG and PhD and all, it was not that popular. But now women doing higher studies is no longer news. Because now every female, whether it is an individual or the parent or the society or the teaching community, there is a kind of an awareness that women should go for higher studies, and the number is now increasing. So I always used to say, so when you just travel to very many educational institutions, if at all they are opening up new hostels, nobody is opening up any new hostel for men's hostel. Most of them are as women's hostel. So meaning is now the women population going for higher studies is getting increased, and therefore maybe from during my time I'm the first women DG, but now itself in CSIR, women leaders are more and more. And I would say in headquarters itself, we have around 6 to 7 women leaders in different directorates. And even in the 37 labs, we have more than half a dozen female directors of CSIR laboratories. And maybe in future, the number is going to be more and more. We may even cross 50% soon, maybe within the next 5 years or 10 years or so.
Sure. So, thank you for being here. In conclusion, do you have any message for the ISIR Bhopal students and the faculty?
I would say not only to ISIR Bhopal, because ISIR Bhopal, if you ask me specifically, I would say the institute is having a very rich heritage, culture and infrastructure. So what you have to do is everything is given to you. Only thing that the faculty and students, they have to think is, I have been given this much. What shall I give back? Pay back. So it's only the payback. If at all of you think in that direction, just because I have been given this much, I should definitely pay back in one form or the other. What should I do? If you just put that question in front of you, I think that is more than sufficient. But I'm sure these days, youngsters, be it a scholar or faculty, everybody is totally aware of the requirements of the country, especially for its science and technology landscape. So, and moreover, now you have a lot of awareness, and your infrastructure is also high, and your opportunities are more. And the institute is also giving you a lot of opportunities to meet with people, to talk to discuss. And I think making use of all these opportunities, you can very easily come up with a number of success stories. Funding is also not an issue for you guys. is not an issue. But for generally for any youngster or for young faculty, I would say I just want to touch upon from my lecture topic only. Today, country is having a lot of hopes only on scientific fraternity. So whatever we can do to help the country to become a developed country, it could be done only in terms of science and technology. Therefore, expectation is more from the other side. Country is expecting more from the scientific side. Therefore, what shall we do? So we have to try our level best to come up with indigenization, Atmanirbharta, by means of which we can make the country to stand on its own without even having dependence on any country, because now countries are coming up with ban on A, B, C, A to Z day by day. So without having too much of dependence on any other country, to what extent India can stand on its own should be the responsibility of the scientific fraternity. Therefore, what can I do to make my country feel proud and stand on its own? So this self-sustaining country for its science and technology related requirements should be the commitment of each and every one of us.
We were very grateful to have you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so very much.